Hey everybody, welcome back to Late Night Dungeon Fight. It's Sunday night, so it's time for some fucking Themyscira, Themyscira, fucking Dog Place D&D. We're gonna be doing some stuff, and Jack, you might want to let the crowd know what we've been up to.
All right. Well, so the group has been running around trying to find an effective way of dealing with the fog. Interesting. They found a possible way of increasing the cube of force that Aurelia has. There we go. They also found that there's a possible power source underneath the what's it called? Come on,
Library?
brain. Yes.
Oh,
But for me to do more uses, that's not a thing that I need to add to it. That's just a different way of fucking with it. Correct?
So basically,
Okay.
it's like entering a cheat code on
Yes.
a game.
Okay. That is what I thought.
Yes.
But potentially I could improve it more with other stuff from the same maker.
Yes.
Okay.
So that
Which it seems to have come from the snow elves.
so
We don't know who. We didn't know where they.
yes, you're not entirely sure where they're from. You know that they had at least a city that is north of Ulure, but that's all you know about that particular section. I did manage to make up a nice little map, and I can probably just chuck you guys here. Yeah, let me just grab your tokens so that you can
I
see.
do love to be chucked.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought that knowing you, but you know.
I spend all day every day chucked.
Alright. Just make this the active map.
Oh,
So
Lord, you had some scaling issues, didn't you?
Yeah. You can zoom in as much as you want instead of zooming away as much as you want. Let me know if you can't see it. I'll try and fix it. But this is basically, what you know of the world.
Where'd the other two players go?
They're
What?
just off the map.
Oh, that's so weird. So when I move me and Elin onto the map,
Mm-hmm.
the other
The others
two
disappear.
they
Oh,
turned
'cause
black
we
and
have a-
disappeared.
We have a lighting aura.
I'm
Yeah,
not
this is
seeing it. I'm
weird.
seeing a crossroads in a town. Is that what I'm supposed to be seeing?
No, you aren't in the game, apparently, according to the players list in the bottom left-hand corner.
That was probably from the disconnect.
That probably was, but you're here now, it says.
So which city are we in?
So,
South Talor?
you're in Kolfaldir here. Or Kolfaldir.
Oh, where?
This one, where I just pinged.
Thank you.
You're in the Dwarven city in the mountains. Sath Talor is the elven city that you had visited earlier.
Okay.
Where we had the crypt.
Yes. Yeah, Korstein.
Moffish is where we started.
Yes.
Okay, alright. I understand.
And Korstein here is the incorrect town name for Pupperduke. I had accidentally put it as Korstein on the map, and then looked at my notes and was like, wait a minute, that's not what that is, but I didn't really have much of an option.
Is that where my girlfriend is?
Yes.
Okay.
Canone is up
Isn't
here.
your girlfriend dead?
Yeah, but it was the best thing I could say that Jack would know what I was asking.
Yeah.
Oh.
The capital city is up here, against the Hastanen Mountains. Ulure is north of that. And then Shiv, this is the mountain that your tribe is from. Is this lowest mountain right here?
The Crown
So
Mountains.
confused.
Jack, for future, not in this moment, is there any way you could add this as a journal entry so we can just reference it when we need to?
I would love to do that if I knew how.
Fantastic.
So what do we normally title this?
Title what?
World map?
This when we're doing this D&D session. What's the title normally? Because it still says Backrooms right now.
Samustra?
Yes.
I'm like mid change. I just don't.
Oh,
No.
usually it's that episode 15, and then I usually do like homebrew D&D or something after it.
God damn it.
Did it not take when you did it?
I didn't do it. I asked someone else to do it.
Oh, you asked what episode we were on, and I assumed you did it.
No, I asked what episode we were on a long time after I said, hey, maybe someone could help me with the info, because I changed the YouTube info afterwards.
I don't think I was here, because I don't remember hearing that.
I don't think I was paying attention.
I went up
It's
and got up and went and made a sandwich. I
fine.
think that's when that happened.
Everything's fine.
Everything is awesome. This is why we don't pay Ginger to catch these things.
Yes.
Exactly.
Look, I'm working on winning the lottery so I can pay everybody. Orc's been sitting there so quiet, I think he's falling asleep.
Or
What the
you
fuck
playing a game
category?
and watching anime. Dungeons and Dragons. 5e.
He did say he was going into one last monster hunt.
I hear you. I'm here.
I
I just haven't moved.
I hear you guys talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'm paying attention, saving it up for the next game I run. Little pop up in the corner. Orc will remember this.
I think he's got plenty of reasons to torture us after literally everything.
Listen, Orc's gotten the least amount of abuse out of us as players, even though he's been the DM the most.
Are you sure that's accurate?
I was gonna say, I feel like we're pretty abusive, my dude.
I
You're.
don't think so.
I think the only time you abuse him, Avani, is when
Of course,
he's a
the
player.
abuser would say that they're not that abusive.
He hits me because he loves me.
Let.
He's got some anger
All right.
issues.
Y'all can tell me if I fucked that up or not.
I'm not going to.
No, it's all good.
I am
Hey,
sure
you
it's
did it.
fantastic.
And that's all
I-
that matters. Is it's done.
I agree.
I always forget that I'm not supposed to look at the stream when we're streaming this.
It's
You're
fine.
not supposed to? What?
Oh,
Well,
are we not supposed to have that open and just examining
We
it in the largest format possible?
we should have it open, but you know, it's like looking behind the dungeon.
It's
master's
fine. It's fine. I just needed to finish up the one thing that I had been setting up before. Everything here is fine. All right. So yeah, you guys are in Col Faldir, which is part of the Sussner Mountains.
Bless you.
Or Sunster Mountains. There we go. Yeah. So I finally managed to get a world map up for you guys. That is more than I thought I was gonna be able to do. So yeah, you guys wake up in the I don't even remember the name of the place you fell asleep in. The tavern / hotel that the council put you guys
Mhm.
up in for the night as emissaries of the kingdom. The the drinks from last night haven't actually hurt you this morning. Aurelia, you wake up remembering everything, which is, nice.
Mhm.
Um,
I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely remember all of the other previous nights too.
yeah.
Mhm.
Also,
At least in my mind.
right, exactly. Also,
Question: was I successful in gaining any kind of friendship and/or information from our buddy?
oh dear, hang on. All of my cameras are goofy for a minute.
They are goofy.
You're goofy.
God damn it all. I need to,
Oh no, what did you do?
I did nothing. You stopped streaming the sound.
What?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's true. There's no sound.
The sound
yeah,
got
hold
dropped,
on.
and also you got dropped from the game again.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, that was me. I did that by accident. Like that wasn't a crash or anything.
This is
that
the
was
night of Shib having technical difficulties.
Don't worry. We've only been online for like an hour and only streaming for about 30 minutes, and we've not gotten to the game yet.
It's
For
fine.
like 3 minutes.
It's fine.
Everything is great.
Yes.
Alright, we
Alright.
should be good now.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you wake up feeling okay. You head downstairs for the morning and you see oh god. Did I name it Alan? I feel like I named him Alan. Alan Graybeard.
Sure.
The Graybeard guy, waiting
Allen.
for you by the front door. You know what? Fine. His name's Tim now. Just cuss.
All right, Tim.
Graybeard.
Timmy's back.
I don't think so, Tim.
No, Timmy is still down the well.
Timmy has a different connotation for some of us. It
Don't
has-
tease me with Timmy.
it had a
Oh
It,
god.
there was a time when Timmy was the bane of Rain's existence, and we were here for it.
I believe it.
We were the bane of Rain's existence.
Asking about Timmy was definitely one of the funniest parts of that. But anyways, yes, you guys find Tim waiting
It's
for
old
you
man
guys.
Taylor. Oh, right.
You
Yeah.
find him waiting for you guys, and he's like, morning, so what's on your agenda for today as emissaries and all that?
I think we're just gonna take over the whole town. What do you guys think?
Not again.
Varys will like just kind of take like half a step back into the side and just give him the. We're not gonna.
You know, like, I assume it'd be really hard, so.
Aurelia just goes like,
Man, everyone is 110% done with Elin 5 minutes into conversation.
God damn it. God damn it, Elin. Why would you
Elon's
do
like
this?
10 espresso shots into her morning, not realizing that dwarven espresso's very different.
10 espresso shots and like 5 s'mores.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got,
got
like-
alcohol in it.
Got extra caffeine. It's as caffeinated as like 5 monsters.
Ooh, are they like the Vietnamese coffees?
Oh,
Don't
Are they
those
like
have
the
like
Irish
300
coffees?
milligrams of caffeine or some shit?
it's something stupid.
A piece, yeah. Her heart's just going thump, 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 thump. You can hear it audibly. Just beating out of her chest.
Oh my
So
God.
your pixie cut hair, which is which has been suppressed to that because of whatever magic dampening is going on, is it is flaring back up in time with your extremely fast heart. So your hair's going nuts. You got the weirdest case of bedhead ever.
He's doing a little dance.
Yeah. Oh man, that's fucking funny. Oh, all right. So yeah. That is what is your plan for the morning other than possibly taking over the town?
What are we doing today, Brain?
No.
Same thing we do every night.
You did.
I mean, would this count as like downtime or something? Like I could.
So if you want to make it downtime, 100% down for that. If you want to come up with a plan,
I would like to gather information about our targets and. Well, what are we looking for? So I know what I'm looking for.
No elves?
Gnomes?
What?
A fucking clue?
You're
Pretty much.
you're talking to the most clueless group of adventurers.
Yeah.
What are
Well, what was the? Because I wasn't here for it. Like,
we're
what?
here to, we're
what
here to
did we
investigate
tell?
the boom, right?
What did we tell you when you joined
Yes.
us?
I don't really know much. I just told to assist you.
Mhm.
Right.
I'm good at
Alright.
shooting
That's
and
good.
finding things.
The main thing we're
mean-
doing is we're like trying to figure out what the big explosion was over there on like the left coast or the east coast or whatever coast it was on. And I think right now we're also looking for like snow elves and like I kind of gotta go check on my sword, make sure that dwarf didn't like abscond with all my goodies.
Okay. Well, to that end, is this like a refugee? Are people traveling from there to here?
So people from the general area have been coming to here specifically because of the fact that, like, for whatever reason, whatever bloodlust that seems to take people over randomly has not happened here. So
Yeah, because it's not in the fucking cloud.
Well, we've got some suspicion about.
it's not
yeah.
in the cloud.
They
No.
also have a
A
dampening
magic dampening,
system.
yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Creeping through the fog.
Gosh. All right. Orc, I have just sent you something to Discord as well if you want to take a look at
Mhm.
that. But anyways, so yeah. Are you guys splitting up for the morning?
I am going to yes. I'm gonna go gather information.
All right. So, let me just remind myself real quick.
I know there's a downtime thing for that.
There is. If you find anything on downtime stuff, feel free to let me know the details. Otherwise, a lot of it is going to be perception and investigation checks. Depending on what how you decide to look for information. For the rest of you, what is your plan? Is it day drinking? Is it looking for swords distributed by watery women? Is it, a different system for the basis of a government?
I have many questions about this hidden thing under the library,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like my companions would tell me to not.
Do
Yeah,
you tell your
I think-
companions?
I think in game, I feel like we would have had a conversation prior to going downstairs. Either probably not last night because we were drinking, but in the morning, we would have had breakfast in the room and had a quick discussion on, okay, what the fuck are we doing today? And then come downstairs with a, hey, here's what we're doing before homeboy. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I'm interested in the power supply underneath the library, but I think we might start a war between two countries if we steal it.
Okay, but like, are either of them our country? Because if they're not,
Yes,
it's
one of them
technically
is.
not our.
Yes, one of them is. We are literally working for that country. They are
Okay.
who is paying us.
Working for and belonging to, like, can't run
Okay,
away from.
Hang on. If you're going by that logic, technically, Elin, you're not from any country.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not from this land at all.
Where the fuck are you from then? Did you hatch from an egg on the ocean?
She was the
Did we never go through this?
no
We
one
haven't
explained.
exactly sat down and had like a heart to heart.
Yes. Hold on. Let's.
To be fair, I did purposely do everyone's session 0 separately for this reason because I knew it would come up.
Yes. Well, this is coming.
Because you knew
now.
I would go full rogue.
I knew you
Aurelia
would.
is now sitting on the edge of her bed, going like, "Okay, so who the fuck are you a citizen of?"
Well, I mean, last Chult, I guess.
By the way,
I mean, I don't.
any of you other than her doesn't know what Schult is. You don't know what Faerun is. You don't know what any of that is.
Have we not ever heard of that?
Nope.
Okay.
This is an entirely separate world.
You got that
So-
public school education.
Yes.
So, did you just walk through a portal?
Well, it wasn't. I guess you could call it a. Was it a portal? I look at the pseudo dragon on my neck. Would you call it a portal?
You look at the pseudo dragon for the first time in a couple of days, and it straight up just looks like a dumb animal. For the first time, it has no intelligence. All of a sudden, it just is wrapped up on your neck. It looks at you and chitters at you, but then does nothing.
Of course, you're useless in this moment. Okay, yeah, let's go with portal because I don't know what else to call it.
In this moment.
Okay, explain how you came to be here.
Like from the
It's-
beginning.
It's not just when mommy and daddy love each other very much.
Okay,
Because
okay.
because I did get that talk.
Because you know they don't have to love each other; they just have to want to get it on.
Oh,
That's also
well, that's besides the point.
Yeah, love has nothing to do with it.
Aurelia making a mental note to herself.
It's all about sex drive, honey.
oh, my heart. This is amazing. I love this conversation. Let's live here. This is where we live for the night.
Of course, we won't get anything done.
No, but really.
Yeah. So, okay, like, how far back do you want me to go? Do you want me to go to like the why or just what happened?
To the yes, why? But if you're aware, but where did you start and how did you end up here?
Right. So I was in Chult trying to avenge my dead wife.
Huh.
And while hiding from some really pissed off snakes and dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Which it sounds weirder than it is. Totally normal.
This is a judgment-free place.
Yeah. We listen and we don't judge. I got it. I was plucked out of I don't know, my dream. I guess it was my dream. It was a while ago now, and some weird shit's happened since then. Did you know this place has dogs with backpacks? And I still don't understand that. Anyway, I was like plucked.
I mean, running from snakes also sounds very strange. So again, we listen and we don't judge, right?
I'm not judging, I'm just confused, as you can understand.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So I was plucked out of my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to, I don't know, I think he wanted me to call him the grandfather or something. I refused. It was a weird, like, I think it was a daddy thing that he had. I wasn't into it. Anyway, so I talked to that guy, and
Mm-hmm.
he said that you guys had some problems and needed some help, and it might help me on my path to avenge my wife's death. So here I am.
Interesting. Not sure how those two things correlate if it was in an entirely different universe, but sure.
Yeah, he was really kind of certain that he could help me do this, and I was running out of leads in the jungle. It was an awful place, like literally the worst place I've ever been in my life. I was pretty desperate to get out of there. Literally, like they had tent snakes. Have you heard of tent snakes? They're like, they fall from the roof of the tent and just murder you.
That does sound pretty awful. Uh-huh. Got it. So when you ended up here, you
Yep.
ended up in... I'll be honest, I can't remember if Themyscira is the name of the nation that we're with or just the continent itself, like the world. So I'm calling the area where the Canids are Canada.
Canada.
You know what?
It's canon.
I'm fine with that being canon at this point, because I don't think anyone's going to ever remember the name that I gave it, and it's fine. It's now Canada.
But what is the actual name?
It's
I
the
need to know.
Kingdom of Lapars.
Okay.
As in lap arse. A lap dog, I don't know. It wasn't a clever, funny joke. It's what I came up with at the time.
So what you're saying is Canada is better.
Canada is a valid option for a nation, yes.
Okay.
The Kingdom of
Canada.
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
God.
Oh, God. But yeah.
So
Themyscira is,
Mhm.
from what you know, like the name of the continent itself, if not the
Okay.
world. But you don't know that.
That's what I thought. That's I was pretty sure of that. Cool. So did you land in Canada or somewhere else in Themyscira?
I landed in the woods outside of that town I met you in.
How long were you in the woods?
Oh, not long. Like, I just kind of hiked into town. It took like half a day.
So you were literally like there and then here and then all of a sudden joining the guild?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus Christ. Okay. That's fast.
She's a very take things as it goes type of adventure.
Like, I guess I'm here now. How do I make money?
Yeah, that was basically it.
I do what I have to get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure she's seen the occasional isekai anime. Knows how it works.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh,
Bad. Well, so I'm pretty sure as part of becoming like a guild member, you also agree to present yourselves as part of that nation. Like, it's not probably stated in the contract, but it's kind of the assumption that you're like a citizen of Canada.
Was there an oath? Did I take a citizenship test? Because I don't recall doing that.
It's implied. I'm pretty sure.
Can I tell you, just like between us, I don't think anybody here knows that I'm not from here, if you get what I'm saying.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to
so it's not
assume.
treason.
No, but they're going to assume. It's not about the treason. It's more the fact that you might put two entire civilizations at war.
But how much do we care about the civilizations? I mean, that's really what we're getting at, isn't it?
Well, it's not about the civilizations themselves, more like all of the innocent people in them that haven't actually done anything wrong.
Oh, so you just don't want me to pull like a trump card here, is what you're saying.
Right.
Oh my god.
I get it.
Mhm,
I get it.
mhm. That's why, the whole stealing the power source might not be the best plan.
I didn't say steal, I said examine.
Right. But I think if I saw it, I would want to take it. So, like...
I do like your roguish tendencies. I get it.
I'm impulse control's not my strong suit.
No, I've seen it at the
What?
bar. I've seen it with the bread bowls. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Impulse control.
Okay, so then like, what do we?
And I
So
don't
you're,
think we'll
like,
be able
from
to
here.
examine it.
You're
Yeah,
like from here.
I mean, it's more like from here if you never got to leave home. So you really don't you just from what's going on from books, and that's about it.
Oh, so you're like a sheltered rich kid.
I would disagree with that statement.
Just as an archetype, clearly you can handle your own.
As an archetype.
Look, I feel like I went through plenty of experience at home. There was lots of family around and lots of like other not tribe, other sects of like other family lines around.
Oh God, is it like some West Virginia stuff?
SECT.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sect.
Okay.
I understand
not
that the CT
what I
sounded
heard.
like an X, but that's not what you meant.
Look, I'm from the South. That's how we say it. I'm sorry.
Not what I heard. I was about to like.
Virginia shit.
I was about to get really worried. I've been reading like a lot of like
don't get me
abnormal psych
wrong.
stuff and.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of second cousin nonsense that was kind of weird, but like, we listen. We don't judge.
I feel like you judged a little, and I understand it.
But like, there was just too much family there, so I left.
I get it.
So like, I'm from here, but
Do you want to check out dinosaurs? Because I think I can get us back to dinosaurs.
I mean,
Are
you
we-
did say that it was a horrible place to be.
Do you want me
This
to
is
switch this campaign completely
true.
over to Tombs of Annihilation? Because I could
God.
probably manage it.
Oh God.
No, I never want to go back to the trauma that Orc inflicted on me. But thank you.
Listen,
Orcs.
listen,
Orcs smile.
the tent snakes were amazing. I'm never going to let you live those down.
The tent snake. Every single time I walked in a tent, man.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Meanwhile, my elephant guy has a semi-girlfriend back there in the Order of the Flaming Fist that he let beat him up in a fight.
Who was that?
Do you not remember we were at a Flaming Fist camp and my character decided to just bare knuckle brawl
Oh, that's
like
right.
3 or 4
As a
people
distraction,
as a distraction
yeah.
for you guys. And then he hit on the fucking leader of the camp real hard. And then he lost because he didn't want them to lose morale. Oh, that shit was wild. And also, that's where Mittens the Malevolent is. Like, we gotta go back to Chult 1 at these days.
And you want to say that we don't abuse Orc, but then you have to think about that campaign.
I didn't say we don't abuse him. I said
The
we
abuse
him
went
the
both
least.
ways there. Come on.
Yeah.
It's just an abusing campaign. That's all it is. We gotta give abuse where we can, because we were getting wrecked regularly.
Awful.
I went through at least 3 characters.
Hated that place.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Anyways, back to this campaign.
Yeah. So, like, I don't think because we're emissaries from the other kingdom, they're not gonna let us examine the power source.
I will
Like,
also...
legitimately.
I will also say, you had gathered that the dwarves didn't know about any power source underneath the library. That was just the librarian themselves who knew about that. So the dwarves and the librarian are not like the. All right.
The
What
library
about-
has been there since before the dwarves settled.
Yes. And the
What about
librarian has
this?
been there for longer than the dwarves. So the librarian knows about a power source that the dwarves do not.
Mhm.
What about this? The librarian thinks you're cute. Why
Huh?
don't you? Yeah, you flirted with him.
did.
Why don't
Hey,
You
why
did.
don't I remember that either?
you wrote hugs and kisses on the note, sweetie? You flirted with him.
What
But
no?
that's how I in all my notes. that's not how you end letters to other people.
That's the best thing I've heard. Sheltered.
All right, I'm gonna take you to the bar tonight, and I'm gonna point somebody out, and I want you to go say hugs and kisses to them, and I want you to see how they react.
I mean, I wouldn't say it to a total stranger, but someone that I have like spoken with for more than an hour, mate. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Hey,
That was flirting.
yeah,
Ah, the
Oops.
most. Oh my gosh. I just want to say, Ginger, this is the most ace one of your characters has ever been. The most that your ace has ever shown is right now being like, wait, but my mom always writes kisses and hugs too. Does that mean my mom wants to sleep with me?
but what do you mean? You know,
yeah. He
I
thought you
feel
were
like-
flirting with him, so
this explains a lot of interactions that I've had in the past.
does it?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So you remember the girl at the bar with the bread bowls that I was talking to?
Uh-huh. She
That
seemed
was
friendly.
flirting. That was flirting.
With me or with you?
No, with me. Or maybe with you. I didn't pay attention to that. I was paying too much attention to her. So yeah. So see, when you do that with other people, they take it as
Mhm.
flirting.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But hmm. Yeah, that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it more later. We'll straighten it out for you.
So here's the other problem. How are we going to? So say we do try to investigate the power source.
Yep.
How do we do that with Graybeard McGee hanging out?
I think that he would love to learn more about Moose.
Elk. I think it was elk.
I think he'd love to learn more about elk.
See the big tattoo of like a stylized elk on Bulk's chest.
Oh my god.
Clearly different than a moose.
Well,
Just
but
big
on a
paddle-like
related note,
antlers.
but on a related note, Jack, you never answered my question. How successful was my friendship escapade last night with drinking?
Oh, so we didn't actually. I don't think we had rolled on that. I'm going to one roll for how drunk our friend Greybeard was.
Okay. Not at all.
So it didn't do a lot. He was mainly just stressed the whole time.
Mhm.
I
But that's
wonder
just-
why.
But that's just how drunk that's how drunk he was.
But that
Not
could
how
also
well
be
our
good because he won't want
Not
to
how
be
well
near
our
you.
conversation was.
No, I was basing that on this. So we'll roll one of these just to get a number. Okay. So I'll say how much in your friend describe to me what your semi-drunk friend making would have sounded like.
Hugs and kisses.
If you
Yeah,
told
really.
him hugs and kisses. This might go very differently than we had thought.
No. It's like, so, I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. Obviously, we want to pay for all the alcohols tonight. It's gonna be great. I want you to be able to relax and be chill. Like, we're really helpful today. We really, really appreciated it. It was super awesome. If I had mentioned this is my name, this is their names. I'm from way the fuck up north. Are you from here? Yes. No.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Do you even go here? Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think attacking him's the way to go. Verbal attacks always make you friends, apparently.
You're still around.
Yeah, fair.
What do you do when you're not stuck shadowing us around? Do you have family? Do you have kids? How old are they?
I'm the head of an
What are
entire
their names?
clan.
What do they look like?
Yeah.
Where do they go to school?
All right. So based on that, it's not like you're lying to him. You're grilling him a little bit, but I'll leave that.
I'm trying,
I'll-
like, it's interspersed with, like, my own history.
Yeah,
like, I'm
some-
sharing
just
shit
some
about
good-
myself at the same time.
Some good conversation in general. Yeah, got it. So
Trying
yeah.
to be.
Mm-hmm. So I will say that you have most definitely at least like managed to get him to be like, all right, talking a little bit about himself, how he's the head of a clan. He runs the Greybeard clan. That's his family. He's got some kids, a wife, and all that sort of stuff. So I'll say you'd make it some you patch things up a decent amount from the stress that you had given him on the previous day. Talking
man,
about
we're-
elk
we're-
incessantly.
You were a great help. I feel like you really helped him understand what he was reading, and like that was stuff that we needed to know. Oh, poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know he's a lot, but sometimes people just have these like special interests, like niches, and that's all they really want to talk about.
And that's our friend Bulk.
Bulk the autistic.
Bulk the autistic icon.
Elk are his trains.
Elk are his trains! Oh, that's a beautiful statement that I'm going to say to any hunter. Any of them.
Unlock elk.
Hey, football is sometimes people's trains too. You hear how
Mhm.
they talk about it?
Oh yeah,
Mm.
football, baseball, sports
Sports ball.
sports that they talk about but couldn't play for a million years. Yeah, I know those. I know
Yeah,
those
def-
particular fellas. They're
I
in my
definitely
family.
had a roommate who could talk statistics in baseball for like 4 or 5 hours plus. I was like, I have no idea what you're saying, but okay, man.
That's
Whatever you say.
that's anyone in my family about hockey. I don't.
Mhm.
I know.
Oh,
Oh, your family's
Hockey.
Canadian?
No,
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 they're Irish.
they're just
There's
really.
a lot of fighting in hockey.
Yeah, it is part of the reason. No, my one family here's the best fun part about my family. They all love hockey. They like 2 different hockey teams, and the 2 different hockey teams war at each other's throats on holidays.
All right. Speaking of bulk, I finally got an updated token. I just keep forgetting to tell everybody.
Oh, well, you should have
Nice.
told me.
Oh, here, no, look, here it is.
Where
Posted
is?
it in whatever general, I think.
Oh, there he is.
Nice.
Me,
He looks like a guy who would have just a touch of the tism.
mm.
He's like entirely too happy. You don't have to do it right now.
Already did.
Do it. Do it now.
Hey.
And then I'll update the sheet itself later. Oh, right. Which... I was so zoomed in. Where the fuck? Oh, there he is. All right. I was like, I lost a token. Where'd it go?
That's kind of funny because if they were close enough for you to see them like that, he would have to be further back.
No, it
perspective.
was Varys's token. I lost Varys. Also
I
on
wasn't
this
even talking about that.
on this map, I will say this big old mountain line and crater in the coastline, that's where Trigoron used to be. That's the town that blew up, is this. It created this giant inlet in the coast. This dark area
Oh, okay.
is the fog that everyone is bugging out about.
Oh, okay, I just thought you hadn't finished.
No, I did. It's that was on purpose.
Gotcha.
I tried, guys. I did.
It's a good map.
It is.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're an entire mountain range between where I'm from and where we are.
Yep. As a matter, so yeah, your Ulare, which is where Aurelia is from, is like right next door to where you're from.
Oh, so we're neighbors.
Yeah.
Ish.
All right.
You say that like the elves would have wanted anything at all to do with
With the
Goliaths.
Goliaths.
Listen, they probably like fur and meat. Like, I'm sure they traded all their elk bits.
they're definitely vegan.
You
They-
can't be vegan in the snow. There's what are you growing? Blueberries? Pine seeds?
You can make greenhouses.
They store them for the winter. They
In
squirrel
their
them
cheeks
away.
like a fucking chipmunk?
Mhm.
Oh,
Absolutely, 100%.
a beautiful thing. Oh man.
Oh god. So based on the conversation that we had, would I know any like pressure points for Greybeard?
So I would say it would
Right-
depend
right
on what you're
here, I
trying to
think.
get him to do. Are you trying to get him to look the
Base
other
of the
way?
skull.
Yeah, or like be receptive to like what we needed to do.
I would say you've got a couple of pressure points in like his general duty, in his
Duty.
in the way where the way in like, so he would have described to you that the clans work as like, yeah, one person is like head of the council, but like people are always vying for that position, so like if you give him a leg up, he might be able to help you in that way if you find something that might, get him toward like either closer to or at the head of the council, anything like that. So there are you have a couple options for him where it's like, all right,
So he's kind of ambitious.
oh yeah. Yeah, he doesn't talk to one of his children. That's how ambitious he is,
Okay.
Ooh,
Hmm.
Jesus, microphone.
So, for example, if we offer to put in a good word with the king
Mm-hmm.
in our realm of like, yeah, this person was great. They were definitely someone to try and work with in the future. Would that count as a leg up?
I'd say that would help. That would be something where it's like, all right, they're at least like receptive to possible things, and maybe like even if you guys aren't super politically motivated, if you tell the king the kingdom has spies, they could fuck around with some shit and try and push a particular dwarf family into power.
Could we like get him to endorse us, right? We could say, "Hey, we got this stuff from Tim Allen or whatever the fuck his name was. You should go there and like check him out."
Yeah, it's always
Right, but to do that, he'd have to like give us some stuff that we could talk about. That's how like that works. I can't advertise an idea. Give me a product, mate. What do you do?
And what do you do?
Well, I mean, it could be as simple as, hey, why don't you hang out up here with some books while we do some more. We'll stay in the library. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But just if anyone asks, we were in the library with you.
I mean,
Like, I don't know if that would work, but I'm throwing that out there.
I'd here. I
to
would
the group prior to us approaching Homeboy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll say like you think about him, you think about your interactions with him so far, and you're like, there's like an 80% chance of working.
I could tell him more about like elk.
That's a good. Look, I think he really liked the elk talk. I think he was really into it, Bulk.
Look, you don't have to like placate me. I'm not a child. I was intentionally telling him everything I know about elk to distract him.
Yeah, I know.
What is Bulk's like wisdom?
Wisdom?
His wisdom
It's pretty
is
high.
not terrible, honestly. His wisdom
And
is
his
like a
intelligence
15.
is a 9. Yeah, my wisdom's 15 and my intelligence is a 9. So Bulk's not dumb.
Just not smart.
Not book smart in any way. He's
Yeah.
a little less smart than average. But he's pretty wise.
Well, wisdom is also like, understanding interpersonal, like, oh, this person is fucking with me. Like,
Mhm.
kind of, or like, oh, I'm fucking with this person.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So that's why I was curious. Yeah, he was pretty stressed out about that elk
Mhm.
stuff. It was pretty funny.
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
He was pretty stressed out about last night. He needed a lot of alcohol.
Yeah. I also know a lot about the mating habits of skunks. I'm sure he'd love to hear about that too.
Tell him I want to hear the skunk stuff.
They tend to
I-
chase after cats.
Oh god.
I think if he does not want to go, I think you should offer to educate him on skunks.
And
Did you know they're all like French?
I think that would drive him completely over the edge. You would break him.
I must break him.
But yeah. Oh, lordy lord. So yeah, that's where we're at with that.
Oh,
So what are we besides figuring out when your sword is gonna be ready?
we should check on that. And then we gotta go like. I'll forget exactly what we're doing, but if I don't hit something soon, I'm gonna be very angry.
If I don't get mad soon, I'm gonna be real mad.
Gonna default rage.
And was I able to copy the map that was available to the snow elves?
Oh,
the-
yeah. So you managed to
remember.
copy onto your map the location of the town that you had seen. It was like actually pretty close to where your cursor is. It's like right about here. There was a marking for an old town.
Yeah, that's pretty far away.
I'll get a different marking on it at some point, but that's what the old map had said was like, all right, somewhere up in here there's
Boop.
yeah. There's an old elf town that isn't really on any of the maps today.
Right. That's not really far away from where we are.
Mm-hmm. I was
It's
just
actually
curious what
over by like my neighborhood. Oh, okay.
And the expectation from the king was that we were going to try and fuck around with the fog or just get some info and come back.
It was mainly get some info, see if there was anything that could be done about it. You know,
Do they
see
have,
if there's a penetrating option.
Is
Which
there
sounds
some kind
wrong.
of like I don't know,
Lots of lube.
like a meter or like a magic thingy that can like check it, you know,
Like a Geiger
TKE
counter?
meter or a Geiger counter,
A magical Geiger counter.
like a mood ring, like.
So not really. There's the visual aspect of it that, like, you can obviously see it, but I would say that, as far as, like, measuring how close it is or its invisible effect, you don't really have an idea on whether or not that's a thing.
Oh, I got an idea. What we could do, right, is get one of them, get a way to send them a message. We could send them a message when we get there so that they can scry on us and watch us from like afar and see if there's anything that we don't notice being up close that would be helpful.
I feel like
That's fair, yeah.
Did they not mention not being able to scry in when we were in South Talor? Didn't they mention that they couldn't, that they tried to?
So they had mentioned that from the familiars that they had sent in and any possible personnel that had tried to explore the fog, they did try to scry them, but lost contact in some way, shape, or form a short time after they had entered the fog. There wasn't
So,
really a
like,
reason
the fog
why.
didn't cut it off. They were in the fog for at least some period of time, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's worth a shot. I think we're probably a lot tougher than whatever they sent in there before.
Well, it's a mental magical effect. It's not a physical one to fight.
Right.
So I feel like toughness is not the issue here.
Well, there's something killing people in that fog. Like they're losing connection to everything they send in, and apparently nothing is reported back.
But we don't know why they're losing connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be because they died.
Right,
It could-
exactly. I'm just saying that, like, if they watch us and we go close to or to whatever around the fog, that they'll get a better idea than sending some scrub and like your pet owl into the fog. Like, we'll probably, like, they could get killed by a falling tree and like nobody would know.
And then we all get put under the same control that your friends, the Goliaths, were under and start attacking random towns.
We don't have to go in.
I can disintegrate people with my hand. It's a horrible idea to give someone else that power.
We'll play it by ear, but at least maybe if we're there and there is something.
How can we play it by ear if we get all taken over? Is what I'm saying.
We don't all have
That
to.
is a fair point.
We don't all have to go in at the same time.
So then we're setting ourselves up to have to fight each other?
I mean, I don't mind if you
Do we
fight
tie
me.
someone to a rope and send them in? We don't
That's
have
a
that
great
much.
idea.
We don't have that much rope, sir.
Well, we're in a town. We could get more rope.
Like we have the cube, but I don't
Listen.
think the cube would let us get all that far.
I knew this guy named like Charlie Bronson. He always had rope.
God damn it.
Where's my... No, I want to read it. Thank you.
Yeah, so like, if we're gonna go up there and we're gonna even skirt the edge, I was just saying maybe if they watch us, they'll pick up something they can't pick up, you know, from people who disappeared. They might be able to notice something we won't notice, just as, you know, have one of their guys continuously scrying us once we get up there. We don't have to go in. There might be some visual tells that they could pick up that I don't fucking know magic.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
How many extra charges did the cheat code give?
So, from what you know, the cheat code is a multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll give you 3 times the charges. You don't know if it's you'd have to experiment with it a little bit to see if it if the multipliers can stack, or if it lasts more than a day. You know, if there's a limit at which point it might explode. You don't know. But you can experiment with it.
But the basic is like 3 times the normal number of charges.
Yes.
So potentially an hour and a half if we use, because we would just have to use the gases, wind and fog can't pass through in theory, which is 1 charge.
That is accurate.
Okay.
There is and I hate to bring it up because I know how Avani is. But
Yes, I'm listening.
but there is the other option of whatever the magical sources seems to fight off the mental effects. If it is in a transportable form,
Yeah, under the city. Let's just fuck the city.
it's a
Mhm.
Item.
it's a distinct option. Just saying. I'm
You're
not
appealing to my roguish senses.
I am appealing to nothing. I am just stating logical facts.
Okay, so I'm open to other suggestions, but my idea would be to spend the day me fucking around with the cube and doing some experimenting to see kind of what the limits are. Y'all going to maybe visit the armor again,
Right.
and tomorrow seeing if we can convince Graybeard to hang out in the library while we go take a look at the power source and investigate that and give my thingy a chance to regain any expended charges. And then the day after that, so like in 3 days' time, go visit the fog with the cube and see if we can do a little bit of exploring. Sound like a
Sure.
plan?
That seems reasonable to me.
I'm more than happy to go fuck shit up under the library, and you know it.
It gives us time to like for the guy to fix my sword too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what do we want to do first? Do we want to talk to the librarian? Do we want to fuck with the cube? Or do we want to check on the sword?
Checking on the sword will be quick. We can just go ahead and do that.
So with Graybeard, is he like with us every second of the day?
No, not necessarily. Like, he's not. If you guys split up, he's one person. He can't follow all of you. Two, he's mainly there as like a guide slash, spy slash help them with whatever they're trying to do, so that they get the fuck out of the city. Because we don't know why they're here. We don't want them spying.
So, like, we could essentially kind of play it off like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go run some errands and stuff, and she's gonna stay here. She's not feeling well from the night before, and then she could just go sneak off to the library and go talk to the librarian on her own.
Maybe.
Sneak, yes. I'm
Mhm.
great at that.
Clank.
Clink, 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 clink.
Yeah, but you don't actually have to sneak because you know where the library is, you know where the armory is, and you know he's going with us.
Yeah, but we're going on the assumption that he's the only one watching the inn, and we don't actually know that.
That's true.
Assumption is the mother of all fuck ups.
Are you eating donuts?
It's gone.
It
gone.
disappeared.
It's a tostada.
Ah, it looks
Mm.
delicious.
Oh,
It's really good.
yeah. All right. So yeah, if Bulk is going to check on his sword. Are you asking Graybeard to guide you to the sword store place?
Sword store.
Look, look, where's the
Swords
where's
are
the
us.
sword store? Where's like Billy's Blades? What was that place we went to? Like,
Yesterday.
Is that where the
Billy's Sword
breastplate?
Emporium?
Is that where the breastplate stretcher is?
Is the kid still there?
Yeah, you guys left him there.
That's his
Fine.
grandson.
I mean, the kid made it all the way to the city on his own. He's
Yeah.
fine.
he was here when we got here. We don't have to fucking watch out for him.
All right, hang on.
It's not our
Time out.
responsibility.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You keep saying this is a kid. He's a grown man. He's a gnome, but he's a grown man. He's just
He's kid.
short.
Not
Like,
like kid.
I am an adult.
yeah, pretty much.
Exactly.
Munchkin voice at all. But he is the child, the stepchild. I don't
Yes.
know of
Yeah,
his
child. That's what we've been saying.
of.
Don't underestimate me.
But he is a grown ass 30-year-old man. Like,
I'll kick you in the shin.
I don't know, there's something about well, Dad sent me. That just keeps making me think
bag.
keeps making me think that he's a child.
yeah, I could see where it comes from. I'm just wanted to make sure you know, so that if
I wanted to give that clarification.
yeah, I just wanted that to be clear so that you wouldn't. That at the very least, the internet knows you're all being judgmental.
Well, no, I mean, I was thinking of kid in the way of like a, somebody 18 to 20 in college, like kid like that, not like a child.
Hmm, that's fair.
Yeah, I didn't know the age, but I knew he made it there on his own, so I didn't assume it was a juvenile.
Like the way Luke Skywalker was a kid to Han Solo, like in that kind of respect.
Fair. All right, fair enough. Oh, but yeah. So,
Fuck you
um,
guys.
God
You created this.
I created all of this, and this is what you've chosen to do with it. So,
We will destroy it.
You're welcome.
so yeah. Anyways, is that Bulk's decision?
I've been trying to go to get this fucking sword checked out all episodes. So yeah,
I know. I'm saying you're bringing him. You're asking Greybeard to show you where it's at.
sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
or tell me how to get there and back.
All right. You. What was your plan? I forget.
Got a plan?
Did plan in loose quotation marks?
Oh God, I don't plan anything. Yeah, I'll stay here and help with the cube as much as I am helpful.
Okay. All right.
Which I believe is to Aurelia's disappointment.
No, 100. You can like run at the wall and like see if it's working. Like you can
I
help test.
so will do that, and you know it.
You can help test.
I am the dummy.
Cool. We got a crash test dummy. We got
And then
the experimenter.
Varys wanted to just gather information about the
Yes.
city, right?
Yes. So, Varys, send me some two GM investigation and perception checks. So that I have numbers to work with for that. Bulk, you can go with Greybeard to the shop whose name I 100% forget, but it's fine. I have it written down somewhere for a later time.
The Anviltorium.
The Anviltorium. Yeah. So you head there and you see and
Rivets and
give me
things.
well so you see the dwarf who runs the place, who kind of just got absorbed into making your sword when you last saw him. He just said, fuck off, I'll do something cool with it and we'll talk later. You see him hammering on something in the fire. It's a big old slab of metal. It is not shaped like the square that it used to be, but you recognize it as your sword at least. He
Hey,
is.
it was more of a triangle, okay?
All right. He's. You see that he is, keeping in touch with, like, the hunting knife shape that it was, just really big, and it still doesn't look great yet, but you can see he's currently working on it.
It's like red hot right now in the fire.
Yeah. I need you to roll me a perception check,
How
if you would.
dare you?
Yeah, I know. Varys, I will send you some stuff in
I
just
thought I
a
was gonna
minute.
sit here and make dick jokes all night, make me do stuff.
I know. So, and then actually, he's also going to we're just gonna roll a d20 for him. All right, yep. So Bulk, you see peeking around a corner, the head of, as you call him, the kid, and you see him see the dwarf you're with, and he immediately pulls back his head, and you hear him scuttle off somewhere. He does not want to be seen by that man.
That's not his dad, right?
No. If
Okay,
anything,
his
it's
dad's back in the thing. Yeah,
it's his
okay.
like step grandfather. And then, as you walk up, you just hear it, he's noticed you by like echolocation as far as you could tell, but the old smith is just like, it's not done yet. I'll be done, I don't know, tonight, tomorrow, sometime then. Come back later.
Right. Okay, mate. You have fun there. I'm pretty sure you probably feel Bulk's presence. He's kind of
he's
lurking,
kind of there.
like, just the hulking beast.
Yeah.
He probably takes up about a third of the fucking workshop.
You just hear heavy breathing.
Lungs like a bellows.
All right. So, is that all you're planning on doing?
Yeah, I just wanted to check on the sword. That I don't really have a whole lot going on. I'm waiting for people to decide what I need to hit.
All right, then you're on your way back to the inn. Meanwhile, ladies, you have decided to test the cube. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm doing what I'm
Sure.
told.
So I kind of want to test the new thing and make sure it works how I think it's gonna work. Just like pressing the extra buttons and getting additional charges. And then if that works, I kind of want to try just fiddling with it and testing other ways of like pressing the different buttons and seeing if I can make it do anything else, like increase range or increase the time for each charge that it lasts. And then seeing if if I can like combine any of the charge effects, like doing 1 and 3 at the same time, for example.
Okay. So what are you testing first? Specific? Are you testing the? You're not testing with the cheat code yet. You're just testing the cube itself.
Yes.
Okay. So, from what you're seeing, the cube itself. No, I'm not going to use your ability on you. I'm not that kind of. Fucking stop. It had from what you're noticing with your testing, you see that it makes a walled force field 15 feet in any direction. So
A 15-foot cube.
I want to
15
run at the force field
originating
and see
from
if it
you.
works.
originating from you. So like basically 5 feet in front of you is where one of the walls is. 5 feet behind you is where another wall is,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Mhm,
You notice it lasts for a minute. Each time.
And so when when she tries to run into it to test it, I was using it on the 1. So that's only gases, wind, and fog. So she goes straight through
She
it.
runs right through it. Are you running at her or are you running next to her? That's the key part here.
God.
Especially because this is
I
the barrier is invisible, so you don't see any barrier go up.
So I'm sitting in there with the cube, and I go, "All right, let's try this."
Mm-hmm. You don't see anything happen.
And Elin does, and Elin goes
wait. Even or odd?
Oh.
even,
For me to run into you or past you?
whichever. I'm picking evens.
Okay, I'm running past her.
Okay.
As she charges, I go, wait.
You run past her. Nothing happened.
So does she run into the wall of the inn?
Are you against a wall? I missed that part.
So I'm in the middle of the room, but I assume the rooms aren't huge, so I'm probably standing in between like two cots.
Yeah, I was
and like a little nightstand. Like I'm in a hotel room basically, so there's not a whole lot of space.
No, there is not. I will say that.
In fact, 15 feet would probably put the wall outside of the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as far the wall would probably be outside of the hotel room, so you might want to find a better place to test all this. Is what I'm
Shit.
thinking.
Okay.
Outside.
I'll ask.
And I will say
the innkeep if they have a private room that I can borrow.
A great hall.
The innkeeper would be like, we got a decent sized basement if you want to try down there, maybe. Got some room.
Hey, is it like bigger than 15 by 15?
Yeah. We got the wine cellar down there, and there's space.
Perfect. Can I use it and have privacy while I use it for today?
Sure. Just be.
And I hand him 2 gold.
And he's just straight up, just like, as long as you're done by, say, 5 o'clock when people start calling for wine, yeah, go for it.
Sure. I think I can manage that. We'll go with that.
All right, have at it. He hands you the key to the basement.
Yay.
I hand him a s'more on the way down. Don't say anything. I just hand him one.
Okay.
Do you open his mouth and put it in for him?
No.
She's rude, but not that rude. Come on.
Did anybody give Varys a s'more when he joined the party?
You did.
Yes.
Okay.
You give people a s'more for
I
coffee.
wasn't here when he joined.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
You
It's
gave him a
automatic.
s'more the instant that you were here the same time he was.
I haven't given him one.
I am like 90% sure that I had offered one as Elin.
Okay.
Pretty sure that
Yes.
happened, yeah.
I am like 99% sure.
I need to know what happens. That's all. Thank you. I'm good.
I got you, boo.
I knew I could count on you.
Okay. So yeah. We do that first test upstairs, realize it was too small space, come downstairs.
Alrighty. I'm sorry. I'm running Work's little side adventure in Discord chat as you guys are doing this.
Okay.
So yeah.
No. You can intersperse and go back and forth.
I can, but I don't know if he's gonna want to tell you what he finds out. So we'll find out. Anyways. Yeah. So. You go down to the basement. You find there's like, a couple shelves of wine in one section with I don't want to say like a courtyard, but like an open square-ish space that looks like you could do some testing with.
Outstanding. Test it again.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the basic.
The basic. All right. So you're doing one again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You do one again. She runs at you again. Nothing happens again.
Well, no, I mean, I told her, I was like, wait. So hopefully she should know not to run at me this time.
Okay.
And I assume that there is some kind of like magical force that comes into effect so that it's not necessarily like fully visible, but like you can tell when it is working.
Like a magical ripple.
Uh-huh.
So, unfortunately, it's invisible, regardless of barrier type.
But just because it's invisible doesn't mean like
Invisible is
I'm
impossible.
a fucking but I'm a fucking wizard. Like I can't feel the magic take effect.
No, I'm not saying you can't feel it take effect. I'm saying that like without being you can't see it without the aid of magic or without like there's no ripple effect that like Elin would be able to see on the outside or you would be able to see on the inside. All you can tell is that
So like the cube makes a glowy thing or some shit like that.
so I will say that when you press it normally, it glows like brighter white in your hand, and so you know it's active.
Okay.
Okay. So you, as you're doing this testing, you notice that it glows for about a minute before it goes away. What do you want? What do you want Elin to do to this barrier other than run at it like she had initially planned on doing?
That's what the other effects are. What qualifies as non-living matter? Like
So-
a stone?
Yeah, stone or, like metal weapon, anything.
Pretty much
Anything like
anything
that.
inorganic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
I
we're
think
working
I'll
on
skip
fish.
forward and test number 4.
Okay.
Okay, Elin.
Yep.
I want you to try and hit me with something magical.
Okay. Okay.
When I say. Not before, not after. Only when I say.
Only when I tell you.
Assuming this has been going on for a while, so Bulk shows up, leaves, gets some popcorn, comes back, watches.
I will say you're allowed in the basement. Graybeard's not interested. He's back at the bar, having a drink while his baby cities are chilling in the basement somewhere.
I thought I told them let no one through. Oh, it's Bulk. Okay.
Bulk is hard to say no to.
Whatever, it's fine. So yeah, I'll like press it.
Mhm.
Okay, Elin.
Yeah, I imagine the bartender would
With-
see
with
Bulk start to go
magic?
down the stairs and be like,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm not fucking with that giant thing. I'm just gonna sit here and clean glasses. Hope
Any
they're
kind of
friends.
spell effect.
Okay. Okay. Just gonna try and burning hands it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
That's half a
How
ginger's health.
now? Here's the major thing. How close are you to her when you're doing this?
I'm gonna be like 20 feet back.
Okay, so at 20 feet back, you would be like right at the edge of your range. So you're close enough to see your burning hands stop and like kind of go around like the corners of something, like just at the very edges, because it is a 15-foot cone. So
Yes, yeah.
you're
So I'm
seeing
like 5 foot back from the wall, and which would put her out of range of my burning hands if it didn't work.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're seeing it like hit this wall and kind of just go out to the sides. but not damaging her in any
Goes
way.
out like 5 feet and then 15 feet across, like a line.
Yeah, the amount of fire doesn't change. It just spreads
Right.
differently because it's hitting a wall. Similar to how fireball goes around corners.
Yeah. Yeah, fire can go around corners, man. It doesn't give a shit about your...
Listen, we
Mind
learned
you,
that in
U-turn.
prison. It's fine.
And what a day in prison it was.
But yeah, so that's what you noticed from that particular test.
Cool. So now I want to start actually like messing with it. I want to try the cheat code, see what happens.
All right. You put in the cheat code that you know of, and the cube's color changes from white to blue.
Cool.
That is all you
So,
know
like,
so
if-
far.
Yeah. So if I like hit 1, it still seems one of y'all have like a smoking pipe or something like that, right? One of you smoke? Does anyone smoke here?
Oh, good luck. Go get
Anyone
one
got
with
some
the
elf
gun.
leaf?
I was more thinking of Fifth Element, like, Father, do you smoke?
Mm-hmm.
Come in! I had no fire.
Yes, exactly. I have no fire.
I had no fire, my man.
So was that like a yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Have one of them try and blow smoke at the thing.
Okay. The smoke still seems to stop at the wall. It hasn't changed the effect of what's happening. It's from what you know, it's multiplied the number of charges you have available to you.
And it still lasts 1 minute.
It still lasts for 1 minute, yes.
Cool. Well, similar to how that cheat code worked, I'm just gonna try like, you know, in Grand Theft Auto where like you know that there's a cheat code but you don't remember what it is, so you just start like button mashing to try and like get it to work.
Process
Like,
of
look, I want
elimination.
the tank, okay? Come on.
Yeah.
Up, down, 3. No.
So
Up, down, X, Y. Nope. Up,
So-
down, X. Nope.
so basically you have 6 buttons. Tell me what order you're pressing the buttons in. I
How
will say
does-
the cheat code for 3 times the charges was 613. So you know that's not the same. It's not that code.
Two and 4.
Uh,
I'll just like
nothing seems to happen as far as you can tell. Doesn't change colors or anything like that.
okay. I will say the
Mhm.
real human being, I am not an investigative person. I am not that imaginative. So like I'm not going to actually be able to
No,
figure it out.
I'm not expecting you to. I'm more just like I'm more wanting to see if you would guess it right off the bat. For what I was is what I was like, maybe. But I also just
And then are those like you press them all at the same time, or I'm pressing it like one after the other?
all at the same time.
Okay. And then try and pressing the 1, 3, 6 like in very quick succession, but not at the same time.
Ooh, okay. I like the thought process. 1, 3, 6. Yeah. So instead of blue, you see the color changes to orange, which means you've done something else to it.
Okay. I guess I'll test. We don't really want to smoke up this fucking cellar. They might get mad about it.
I mean, you already blew a fire cone and smoked it up
It's a
a bit.
smokeless fire cone.
No, it was totally fine. It definitely didn't didn't damage anything in the room.
I'll say it didn't, just for the
Okay.
sake of
Oh
that.
Jesus. The number 2 is non-living matter, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then I'll hit number 2 and ask one of them to throw like a pebble this direction.
Okay.
I will huck a pebble straight at her.
All right.
Woman.
I will throw a potato.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's potatoes down here.
Barrier works on both of them.
Mm-hmm. Does
Um,
it last the same length of time?
Doesn't. It lasts for 3 minutes.
Cool.
I just
So-
keep hucking pebbles, just
There's only
continually
One
to
Yeah.
see how long it lasts.
Right at the 3-minute mark, the power goes down. You throw a pebble actually at her, and it clinks
Shit.
off her armor.
Shit. Not at me.
I mean, I thought that's what we were trying to see if it was being protected.
I mean, at the barrier.
Oh, look, I can't
It's
see
in
it.
front of you.
Yes, but it's also to the side of me.
I can't see it.
It's like it's a 15-foot cube, and I'll like take out some chalk, or no, I'll take my quill out because I can like draw on anything on any surface with my quill, and like draw out a 15-foot cube.
Just stand in the middle.
Yes, this is what it protects, supposedly.
Right.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Can I do the 136 first? That's the one that increases, right? Charges.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I do that and then do the second thing directly afterwards and see if both colors exist or if it overrides?
So
I'm gonna assume it overrides. But
you do this, and it's kind of hard to tell if it doesn't override or not, because you don't particularly know if the charges just go away when you put in the orange code. They might still be in there. You'd have to find out where the depletion of charges goes. So normally, if you have 36 charges, let's do 36 times 3. No, not times 6. That's stupid. So you'd end up with 108 charges. If they didn't go away, you'd end up with 3 minutes of those charges for each 3 minutes per charge. So you'd basically be multiplying it by 3 again. So you'd have 324 minutes of charges.
That's many hours. Like 5-ish.
It ends up... That doesn't seem right.
It's like 5 1/3 hours.
Yeah.
5.33 repeating.
Yeah, I put in the wrong number before, and it told me there were 27, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. But yeah, so by the math, you're like, all right, I've got about 5.5 hours of charges in here.
for the first. Your music is gone again, Shiv.
Yeah, it's stuck.
It's I was hearing it.
I'm trying to restart it. Yeah, I know, but it's stuck. It wouldn't do anything.
But yeah, it was working. As far as you could tell, it was working as intended. But at this, like, you don't have the color change didn't indicate both was happening. It just
Mhm.
indicated blue, then orange. But
But it stays orange.
it's
Or it's white now, but like it glowed orange and then it was done.
no, so it'll stay orange until the charges are out.
Okay.
So you basically just have to test. The only other test you'd have to do would be to test, how many charges it has by trying to deplete it of charges,
Okay.
which would take at least an hour and a half.
If I'm only doing the first one.
If you're
But
only
I
doing the
could-
first one, you could
But I could
up
do
it.
the one with 5 charges and use it faster.
You could do that. And especially because for that one, walls, floors, and ceilings can pass through at your discretion. So, but yeah, so that's what you are currently working with.
Can I try and see if I can turn it off where it's no longer orange? Like if I hit the same, does it turn off and go back to blue or back to white?
No, not as far as you can tell. It would take a different three
If
button
if I
code.
do it backwards.
No, I'll just say you experiment with it for a while, and you know that it turns back to white if you hit the deactivate button 3 times in a row.
Okay.
So the 6 button 3 times in a row.
But it doesn't go through the stage of colors. It goes straight from orange to white.
Goes straight from orange to white, yes.
Okay.
So that would basically that erases all cheat codes as far as you can tell.
Got you. I'll do both again, like first the blue and then the orange.
Mm-hmm.
And then do the number 5 enough times that I would hit the 36 mark.
Okay. So so after the 36 mark, which is like 6 minutes later, right? 7, something like that.
No, 5 times.
5 times.
It'd be 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
You said that the orange lasted 3 minutes.
Right. I'm saying like the number of times to get to 5 to 36.
So 3 into 36.
3 into 36 is 12.
I'm just not mathing. That's all.
5 times 7 is 35.
Mhm.
So to get to 36, you'd be pressing the 5 button 7 times.
Okay. So 7 times, that's 21 minutes. Right?
Yes. It would be 21 minutes doing it every 3 minutes. And then if you press it, basically you're just trying to see now if you press it one more time, will it activate? Does it have those extra charges? So you press it that 8th time, and it does go back up. You do have the additional charges that you noted.
Cool. And I'm gonna keep trying other combinations, both like all at once, like pressing 1, 2, and 6, or like 2, 4, and 5,
Okay.
both in succession and like all together
All
to
right.
see if I can do anything that'll increase
Hmm.
the rank, like the.
I will say that while you're going through all of this, one of the combinations you'll do is 3, 4, 5 in quick succession, and it will turn red and start like doing a pulsing light, which you can safely assume is some sort of self-destruct sequence.
Oop, this is bad. Didn't mean to do that. Oh no.
And you
No, 0, 0, 0.
quickly press
Out,
the
out,
zeros
out.
and cancel it out. You're good.
No, thank you. Self-destruct mode noted.
Then we'll say that nothing else seems to activate while you're doing it. So we'll head over to Varys real quick. Varys, given all of the stuff that has just happened, anything in particular you want to do, sir?
Is there any kind of
Your mic's up.
is there any kind of I don't even think I have it on me in my sheet. Nope. I was looking for something to write this down or
Had to fix the cameras again.
I guess I could confront him, but I don't know if he's I don't even know if he's married. I don't even know if this is a problem.
you don't quite know enough information to know what the implications of the information you have. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make a mental note of the time, the location. Gonna try hard to remember the other party. And then,
I'll give you their description as well, just so that you have it for your own notes.
Okay. Yeah, and then if also I'll quickly if there's any expensive looking book, I'm gonna grab it on the way out.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check for me. And that gets the double checking one thing. Okay, so it specifically applies to stealth instead of dexterity in general.
Right, yeah.
But
otherwise, aside from stealth, it just makes my no footprint.
Yeah. But I'll say the stealth covers any other bit of it. So you get a cool looking leather bound tome out of the deal.
Yeah, stash it in my pack and I scoot on out of there.
All right. And there you go. All right. So you scoot out of there. Any particular moves you would like to do other than that?
If it's not frowned upon, I'm gonna find a corner near the you know what? Nah, I shouldn't draw any attention. That's fine. I was I was gonna start like doing like a street performance, but I was like, maybe I should.
All right, I see what
Mm-hmm.
I could see where you would. I see the positives and negatives there. I got you.
Yeah.
But anyways,
do a little busking while you're out.
Maybe not on this side of town. Maybe I'll go to.
Not the worst option either.
Yeah.
All right, so you have gathered your information, such as it is, and you I guess make your way back to the group, or
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys gather
Just
up.
look for the 9-foot.
the 9-foot tall giant. You don't particularly see him, but you do manage to make your way back to the hotel you're staying at. And you go to the bar. You still don't see your 9-foot giant, but you see
crap, I've lost him.
You see the Greybeard clan head at the bar, just sitting there, being like, "They're somewhere here. They're somewhere in the basement. They're here. It's not my job to go into whatever shenanigans they're doing down there."
Well, probably best to leave them to what they're doing. Would you like? Is your cup empty? And I put some. How much does 2 gold get him for drinks?
2 gold gets him so many drinks for like at least a week.
All right, I'm gonna plop down 10 silver coins.
All right, that'll do. All right.
I'll say keep that full. You'll appreciate it.
Oh, I already know I will. And he just nods his head at you as thanks, and
yeah, I'll go. You know what? I'll depending on the time of the evening in the bar, I'll play an appropriate melody like in the background and just kind of listen to people talk.
Nice. So I'll say it's around like 3 in the afternoon. There's some people in for a late lunch,
Yeah.
chit chatting and all that sort of stuff. And all right, so back to the basement group. Anything in particular you want to do now? Any other testing you want to do? What's your plan? I keep saying plan like you're gonna have one, but I know that's not this type of group.
And then in any of the tests that I did anything seem to light up 2 sides at once? Like I was doing more than one effect?
No. So from what you can tell, every time you've changed its color, it changes the color of the whole cube. It doesn't just change the side or whatever button you happen to be pressing. You change the color of the whole cube as you like as the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. So I can't seem to do more than one effect at once.
Well, so from your testing, you've gathered that the multiple charges thing, those charges stay after you've changed to a different color.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely can multiply the charges and then have those multiple charges for any other color.
Well, what I'm referring to is like the side 1 is for gases, wind, and fog.
Mm-hmm.
Side 4 is for spell effects.
Right.
I can't do both at the same time.
No.
That is my testing, that I'm just trying to make sure that I can only really use one side's effect at a time.
So you can only use one side's effect, but each barrier blocks the lesser charges of stuff as well. So if you press 4, gases, wind, and fog still can't pass through because it's the 4th charge. So it just at each each charge you use at once just adds another type of thing that can't pass through the barrier. I know it doesn't specifically say that.
Gotcha,
I'm
okay.
saying that.
Gotcha. I just wanted to see if I missed. Okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
that wouldn't be a misread on you. That's me saying no. I'm saying that the charges stack.
Okay.
So like, because like 5 is nothing passes through the barrier that you don't want.
Right.
You know, that could be anything.
Or like 3 is living and non-living matter.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Good to know. Well, I would have been able to figure that out through the testing. Well,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's one of the. If I think of other things you would have gathered through testing, I will let you know. Oh man.
Cool.
But yeah, that's where we're at.
Well, I'd be like making notes and like explaining, like, okay, this is what I figured out to both Elin and Bulk.
Acting much more like a scientist than Ginger herself actually is.
I've got my spectacles on.
You have spectacles? Of course you do.
No lenses, just frame.
Look, I'm not a hipster, okay? They have lenses.
To be fair, she is a wizard. She might be a rich wizard, but she's a wizard.
She is a wizard. She has bad eyesight.
These are just my reading glasses.
Oh, man.
I have good distance vision, but the close-up, sometimes it gets a little blurry. My eyes get tired.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I think that's probably going to take the whole fucking day.
Yeah, it seems to have. It's taken the whole fucking session to finally get. This was a do stuff and figure it out sort of session, and then the next session will be the all right. What are we doing about the stuff session? What happens? What we do with the knowledge that we have now gained?
So I feel like next time we're here, we can probably do a little exploration down below the library while the charges are building back up.
All right.
Yeah. Besides, we still gotta wait for the sword to be done, so.
Well, you have other swords.
Yes, I know that. Bulk wants his sword.
This is Aurelia saying you have other swords. In the meantime, it'll be fine.
You were given 2 loners in case you break one of them.
You have 2 loners, yes.
Right. I just don't want to go too far from the city without picking up my sword.
That's fair. So, yeah, you should not forget it.
Right.
Yeah, no, definitely not. The meantime, me, Ginger, is lay tired.
Yeah, it's after 10.
I have to be at work at 7 a.m. in the mornings.
Samesies.
Don't talk about work.
I am sorry that you have to be at work that early, but yeah, that's gonna be a good session for us. Orc said 6 words, and
it's okay. We actually had a little text adventure while that was all going on.
But we'll be back on Wednesday with something. I have no idea what. We'll see you next round.
Pull the lever, Gronk.
All right, Ginger.